Welcome to day 22 of the 30-day challenge. Thanks so much for sticking with me this far, and I'm so proud of you for getting to day 22. We're almost to the end. Today we are going to do a kind of a back to basics flow. So a more traditional vinyasa flow with a core strengthening focus. And core is more than just the front abdominal muscle, but also includes the side core and the back core. So the core is like the tube of your torso, the whole thing. So it's the three-dimensional core. So we'll get started in child's pose. Once you get to child's pose, take 3 deep breaths. Rise on up to your hands and knees for tabletop. Drop your belly, lift your chest for cow. Round and curl your spine for cat. Keep going on your own, cat-cows. Simple but profound movement. One more round. Return back to neutral. Tuck your toes, lift your knees and hips for down dog. Shake out your head or pedal out your legs or a little bit of both. And take 10 steps to get your feet up to your hands. Ragdoll, grab onto your elbows, let your weight shift forward into your toes, bend your knees, sway a little side to side. Switch the grip of your elbows so the other arm is in front. Release your hands down. Keep your left fingertips down, bend your left knee. Start to turn to the right, reach your right arm up. So left knee is bent, right leg is straight. How's your breath doing? Bring your right hand back down. Bend your right knee, straighten your left leg as you reach your left arm up. And bring your left hand back down to the ground, both legs straight as you fold. Slowly stand up to Tadasana. Shoulders and head come up last. Roll the shoulders back and down. Toes are pointed forward. Reach your arms up. Take a side bend to the right by bringing your right arm down and left arm up and over. Root down into your left foot. Reach your arms back up. Side bend to the left. Left arm down. Right arm up and over. Reach both arms up. Bring your hands to your heart. Bring your arms down by your sides. And again, sweep the arms up. Urdhva Hastasana, inhale. Exhale, fold forward into Uttanasana. The hands go down to the ground. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, step your right leg all the way back to low lunge. Put your back knee down on the ground and sweep your arms up for Anjaneyasana. We're moving through a sun salutation C, Surya Namaskar C. Take an inhale. Exhale, put your hands down to the ground. Lift your back knee and step back into plank. Bring the knees down to the ground. Bend your elbows, chest and chin come down. Your elbows hug in towards your ribs. Now bring your whole body to the ground and lift up for Cobra Bhujangasana. Back bend, inhale. Exhale, downward facing dog, hips up and back. So we're doing a very traditional Surya Namaskar C. Lift the right leg up to the sky. Inhale. Exhale, step your right foot between your hands. Put your back knee down to the ground. Sweep your arms up. Squeeze your hips together, reach the arms, lift the torso. Inhale. Exhale, hands down to the ground, step forward. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, stand, reach your arms up. Exhale, go right back down to the ground, Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, step your left leg all the way back. Put your left knee on the ground. Sweep the arms up. Inhale. Exhale, hands down to the ground. Lift your back knee and step back to plank. Knees, chest, chin, all the way down, elbows in by the ribs. Tailbone scoops up. Slither into cobra. Inhale. Exhale, downward facing dog. Lift your left leg up. Inhale. Step your foot between your hands. Back knee comes down, sweep the arms up. Bring your hands back down. Step to the front of the mat. Half lift and fold. Inhale, stand, reach your arms up. And bring your hands to your heart and your arms down by your sides. Beautiful. Now for a Surya Namaskar B, bend your knees, sweep your arms up. Weight into your heels. Can you wiggle your toes? Inhale. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step back into plank. Now from plank, shift your weight forward a bit. With or without your knees, lower down halfway into chaturanga. Upward facing dog. And downward facing dog. Lift your right leg up. Inhale. Step your foot between your hands. Exhale, put your back heel down and reach the arms up into warrior one. Anchor into the outer edge of your left foot as you bend into your right knee. Keep your core strong. And by core, I mean the abdominals on the front. Inhale. Exhale, hands down to the ground. Step back to either one-legged plank or regular plank. Lower down halfway for chaturanga. Both feet down for up dog. And downward facing dog. Lift your left leg up. Inhale. Exhale, step your foot between your hands. Rise up to Virabhadrasana 1, warrior 1. Inhale. Exhale, hands down. Step back to plank or one-legged plank. Chaturanga. Up dog. And down dog. Look forward. Step or get bouncy and hop to the front of the mat. Halfway lift. Inhale. Exhale, fold. Chair pose. Sweep your arms up. And stand all the way up. Hands to your heart. Arms by your sides. So now we've definitely built some heat by now. Let's take a few breaths here to settle back into the breath. And then when you're ready, reach your arms up, gaze up, maybe a little back bend here. Inhale, exhale, fold forward. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, step or hop to chaturanga. Upward facing and downward facing. Breath in and out. Great. Now lift your right leg up. Bend your knee, open your hip. Straighten the right leg back out. And step your right foot between your hands. Set your back knee down on the ground and straighten out your right leg for half split. Slide the heel forward a little bit. Flex your right foot. Either stay in sort of a half lift, shoulders back, or walk your hands down and bring your forehead towards your knee. Let's bend the knee back into low lunge. Tuck your toes, lift your back knee. Plant your left hand, lift your right arm up. Roll onto the outer edge of both feet and take your right arm back. So kind of a funky lizard pose that we're in. You might slide your right foot down a little and you can feel sensation on the outer right leg. And then step your right foot on top of your left foot for side plank. So now we're working the side core. Reach the right arm over your ear. And simply hold. Sometimes just holding for a while is the most challenging thing we can do. Isometric strengthening is so good for us. Can you keep lifting your bottom hip? Flex both of your feet. And just breathe into the precision of this pose, the potency of this pose. Vashisthasana. Reach the right arm back up. Come into plank. Lower onto your forearms for a forearm plank. Keep your hands flat. So your palms flat, your wrists right in front of your elbows. Lower your hips down. Untuck your toes. Now we've done this before. We're going to keep the toes untucked and lift the hips up. For 3, 2, 1, lower your hips down. Good, tuck your toes. Lift your kneecaps. Press up into a forearm plank again. Slowly come up into a high plank. And downward facing dog. Bring your feet together. And lift your left leg up. Bend your knee, open your hip to the left. Straighten the left leg back out. And step your left foot between your hands. Set your back knee down onto the ground. Untuck your toes. Straighten your left leg, slide the heel forward. Ardha Hanumanasana. Either stay upright or walk the hands down and bring the forehead down. So if doing this causes you to really round in your upper back and you don't feel as much in your hamstrings, then it's better to stay upright and work to tilt your pelvis forward and anchor the left hip back. Bend the knee, come back into low lunge. Tuck your toes, lift your back knee, plant your right hand, and reach your left arm up. Twist to your left. Roll onto the outer edges of both feet. You'll probably slide your left foot down the mat a little bit as you reach your left arm back. When you're ready, step into side plank. Left arm straight up and then over your ear as you lift your bottom hip. Hold yourself steady. You might be shaking and wiggling a little bit, and that's normal. That's where steadiness comes from. It comes from constant movement, actually. Make sure that your top hip isn't rolling back. Keep it stacked right on top of the right hip. Reach your left arm straight back up. Come into a plank. Lower onto your forearms. Forearm plank. And lower your hips down to the ground. Untuck your toes. Lift your hips up with your toes untucked. Just focus on your breath for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower your hips and lower your head down onto your hands. Reach your arms out in front of you. We're going to lift up the one arm and one leg, opposite arm, opposite leg. So let's start by lifting up the left arm and the right leg. Lift your head and chest as well. Reach your right leg back and then lower it down. Lift your right arm and left leg. Lift, 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 and lower. And again, left arm, right leg, lower. Right arm, left leg, lower. A couple more times. Lift, lower, lift, lower. One more each. Lower, lift, lower. Put your hands under your head. Relax your hips. Shake out your hips, shake out your legs. That's really good strengthening for the lower back and the glutes. Good, now let's place the hands underneath the elbows. Plant them down. Tuck your toes, lift your thighs. Press all the way up to plank and downward facing dog. Let's come through to a seat, so hands wide. Get bouncy and try to hop through. We'll sit down and we'll come all the way. Actually, first we're going to take a wide-legged fold before we come onto our backs. So take your legs wide, Upavishta Konasana. And then take your hands behind you, scoot forward a little bit. Put your hands on your thighs and kind of roll them back so you can remind your legs where they're supposed to go, rolling back. Then take a moment to start rocking front to back a few times. No hands, if possible. And then put your fingertips down. And you might stay upright as you find stillness here. Or you might walk your hands down further. Maybe forearms down, maybe head down. It's very different for each person and the structure of your hips. Close your eyes. Keep your feet flexed. Inner thighs rolling back. Even if you're upright, close your eyes. And slowly walk your hands back up. Or if you're already up, stay there. And take your legs straight out in front of you. And lower down onto your back. And bend your knees so your feet are flat on the ground. Cross your right leg over your left leg. And see if you can do eagle pose, an eagle wrap. So can you wrap your foot around your left calf? But if not, it doesn't have to be fully wrapped. Take your arms out wide. Take the left arm under the right arm for eagle arms. And then kind of open everything up. Keep eagle arms, eagle legs, but reach your legs forward, reach your arms back. And then close it by crunching it. Inhale, extend. Exhale, crunch. Inhale, extend. Exhale, crunch. So we've done 3. Let's do it 8 on each side. There's 4. Don't rush it. I know it's tempting. 5, 6, 7, 8. And then unwind. Feet together, knees wide, just for a moment. Arms overhead. Then bring your knees up. Cross your left leg over your right leg. Same thing. Maybe full eagle wrap or partial eagle wrap. And we'll take the left arm under the right arm. Eagle arms. Inhale, extend. Exhale, crunch. Really lift from your chest and your core. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. In. Close it. There's 5. I know it's getting hard. We're almost there. 6, 7, 8, and unwind. Feet together, knees wide again. Now, draw your knees up. Bring your feet really wide, like wider than the mat. And let your knees knock inward so that the knees are almost touching each other. And we get a stretch on the outer leg muscles. The outer hip might feel kind of strange, but hopefully feels good. Good, and then bring your feet down flat, arms by your sides, and just lift up for a bridge pose to counter all of that core work we just did. Slide your shoulders together. Lift your hips for 3, 2, 1. Lower down. Press your low back into the ground, and then release. And bring your knees in but wide. And grab onto your outer edges of your feet for happy baby. Rock a little side to side. And release your legs down. If you want to take your own Shavasana, I highly recommend it. Our 20 minutes is up. So if that's all the time you had, then you can bring your knees into your chest and rock on up and come into a seat. And bring your palms together at your heart. Thank you for practicing for this short but profound period of time. Let's bow together in gratitude for this practice.